IVM.
Hi, I'm Zarina Poonawalla, your peak performance coach, life coach, emotional intelligence practitioner, and NLP practitioner. I'm also the founder of Abzo Expertise Unique, and my organization constantly aims at building leaders across continents. After having worked with so many dynamic business honchos, entrepreneurs, startups, CEOs, management gurus, parents, and student communities worldwide, I am convinced that every individual has unleashed potential. And all we really need to do is realize it. Watch the magic unfold, enhance quality of life, relationships, and professions. On my show, be ready for some riveting conversations with inspirational people, snippets, stories, and much more. So here I am on this exceptional journey to find empowerment and inspiration anywhere I can. Come join me on this breathtaking path of self-realization, potential maximization, positivity, and most of all, embrace your inner power. You are on your way to empowering yourselves. Welcome to the Empowering Series with Zarina Poonawalla.
Moods, in my opinion, are these underrated influencers in our lives. Notice how many of your decisions depend on your mood and the mood of others around you. Let's try answering these as we go forward. You want a raise and plan to approach your boss for it. What mood would you prefer your boss to be in? If you see your boss yelling at someone or looking pissed, would you still talk about that raise? You have been longing for a pet and you wake up one morning and you are surprised with a little pet right beside you. How would you feel in that moment? Why is chocolate good to eat while we are PMSing? Why do some people seem so very angry when they get hungry? When your friends are having a little fun with you and you say, "Don't, yeah, I'm not in the mood for this today." Why is that so? It is difficult to define mood, sometimes because it can depend on so many factors, like being stuck in a bad traffic jam or having your boss fire you or having a conflict with your loved one. Contrary to that, it sometimes even gets good, like a happy news or being relieved of some worry, or getting to know a test result and having fared well in it. That can be good for you, right? Mood largely depends on the perception of others as well as yourself. It can be different for different people. A bad mood can ruin a perfectly good day. However, if you want to focus on the benefits of how being in a positive or a tad bit neutral mood can help uplift your day instantly, then this is the episode for you. Did you know being in a good mood influences those small little acts of kindness as well? Like doing something charitable or helping in a social cause. A good mood helps you to be more productive and can be contagious. You can impact and influence someone else's mood as well. Isn't that great? But how often does that happen? Let's try and understand how we can uplift ourselves when we are down and out and not let that affect our being. Some days seem harder than others. We land up waking up groggy, lethargic, and unwilling to get on with the day. And that's absolutely okay. But when those days become frequent and repetitive, your mood becomes your personality, and your personality defines you. So under no circumstances are you going to allow your momentary lifelessness to become you for life. When you catch yourself waking up on the wrong side of bed or find yourself spiraling down on a day like no other, or a happy day turns into a taxing one, then here is what you're going to do. Take action. Decide right away. Will you allow this mood to control your day, or will you take charge of it? Once this is established, and of course, if you did tell yourself, "I'm going to take charge and not let my mood and temporary negativity ruin the rest of my day for me," then here is what you're going to do. Break a sweat. A walk, a jog, a short burst workout, clearing your mind and rewiring yourself instantly. It can be extremely relaxing and refreshing and also help pump those endorphins that you much need in that moment. It makes you happy and can change your perspective. So whatever is about to ruin your day, it won't. All you need to do is break a sweat. Listen to music. Give yourself a good lift with activating your auditory senses and listening to some good music. Mind you here, soulful music is great, yes, but sad and heartbreaking, no. Stay away from broken heart and hurtful soul playlists on your apps because that's a trigger warning for you. Listen to music that's instantly going to lift you up. Shake a leg. Need I say more? If you're listening to music already, I suggest you groove a bit to it. Break into your favorite song and dance yourself silly. Happy foods equals to happy moods. I am personally not a very big fan of spending extravagantly on those so-called organic and natural products at 10x the price, when you can actually find some really authentic stuff in your home kitchen. Eat everything in proportion, have timely meals, balance your caffeine intake, hydrate thoroughly, use homegrown spices, probably in infused teas and water, lots of greens and fruits, vitamins and supplements every day, and yes, stay away from junk and replace it with nuts and seeds. Of course, timely indulgence in chocolates, pastries, and whatever brings you happiness is a must. Stay balanced, not deprived. Adopt a pet. Research shows pets are great mood boosters. If you are an animal lover, adopt a pet. In case you are pet friendly but not keen on adoption, feed strays. Have a water bowl for birds, probably a bird feeder. Watch them perch around, fed and happy on your windowsill. That too is enough to light up your mood. Grow a plant. Get home a plant to care for. Indulging in botanical activities have proven to be therapeutic. And honestly, it's a great feeling when you nurture and care for a plant. To know more about the types you can actually house, feel free to listen to my episode on natural air purifiers and indoor plants or house plants. When something bad affects your day, be intentful and tell yourself with conviction that it is a bad moment, maybe a few hours, but you still got the rest of your blessed day. Tell yourself, I'm having a few bad moments, but hell no, I'm not going to have a bad day. I will soldier on. Be safe, be well, be empowered.
If you liked this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram.
I hope you enjoyed that show. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to thank the sponsors on the network this week, Storytel and The Whole Truth Foods. Thank you for supporting us. So a great bunch of episodes this week. First, let me tell you about The Note with Maruk Inayat. It was featuring Asaduddin Owaisi. She spoke to the AIMIM leader to understand what the Indian Muslim voter wants and how his party is any different from the BJP. On Advertising is Dead, Varun spoke with Malika Sadani. Malika is the founder and CEO of the Moms Company. They discussed the science of motherhood. On Naan Curry with Sadaf and Archit, Dhananjay Chuck of the Edges and Sledges podcast showed up, so we did another crossover, this time with food and cricket. On Agla Station Adulthood, Ritasha and Ayushi talked to Gaurang Sangvi, head of digital business at DSP Mutual Fund. The episode has some logical and realistic advice, especially for millennials, on how to invest their money. Shunya One is back this week with Sheila Ditya and myself. We spoke to Anirudh Singla of Pepper Content this week. Really interesting conversation. Anirudh gave us some real deep insights into content creation and how they're thinking about different ways of creating it. Do check them out. Really fun show, really fun conversation. And with that, we hope to see you again next week.
What are some of the radical changes that are now shaping our workspace? With physical distancing and heightened safety protocols being the norm, will technology finally make its large-scale entry to the workspace? Will design as we know it change for the long term? Is it possible for the Indian commercial real estate space to adopt a 360-degree approach to sustainability? Join our hosts at the Future of Space podcast by RMZ as we deliberate with industry leaders, analysts, and bright young minds on the way forward for the workspace given the new COVID normal. Tune in to the IVM Podcasts app or wherever you stream your favorite podcasts